Hello there, welcome back. Good to see you on this channel again. Hope you are learning the concepts rigorously. This session will be on PHP. We'll be looking at how to write a file upload script that will enable users to upload files of a specific type on the server. So this session is all about constructing a file upload script which will enable users to upload a file on the server. So we're going to write this script using PHP, and first we'll start off with an HTML form. So users will be interacting with this form and they will be uploading a file. So file upload script using PHP. See, in the last session we are looking at various file handling methods. We have discussed some of the file handling methods which we will be using it here again. So if you have not visited my previous session, please visit that session and come to this session. So we will be using file handling methods like file exists, base name and so on, which we have already discussed in our previous session. So please refer to that first. So we'll create a simple form here, form which users will use for uploading their data. So form action test.php, going to have the PHP code in the same file. Method is post, since we are sending files to the server. Method is post. There's one more attribute that you should include as an attribute for your forms when you're submitting files to the server. That is this attribute, enc type is equal to multipart bar form data. See, it's a must. While you're submitting files to the server, you should include this attribute in your forms. And we'll have a label for the user. This label is on file upload. So we'll say select your file and upload. The input type we are going to have here is file, and we'll have a name for this. Name is, we'll say input file to be the name. You can also have an ID. See, I'm not including any JavaScript validations here. We are focusing only on PHP. So ID is input file. Maybe we can make it required. That's it. Our file input form is almost ready. We'll have a break tag, and then we should have this submit button. Input time is equal to submit. Value, we'll say the value is upload, and name for the submit button is submit. Our file upload HTML form is ready. So we'll take a form. This is how the form looks. The user will browse a file and then click on upload to upload the file. Now we should be writing this PHP code that will enable us the file upload activity. But before even writing that code, we should understand the use of this super global variable called $_files in PHP, because we are going to use this variable in our file upload scripts. Let's go to our PHP code. Let me put this PHP code here. What is that we are trying to understand here is the use of a specific super global variable called $_files. It's an array, and what it contains is, when a user is uploading a file, it captures certain metadata for the file, like the file name, the temporary directory where the file is uploaded, the size for the file, and the type of the file. So we'll see the use of this array, this super global variable, in our file upload script. First, I will just echo the parameters that are manipulated inside this variable whenever a user uploads a file. Say echo, we'll use $_files. We'll call this variable, and the first parameter we have to pass is for which file we want to get the parameters out. It's for the input file. Input file is the file name that we have given for our name attribute in our HTML form. And the next parameter is we want to display the file name. So this is the file that the user is uploading, and we are displaying the file name by accessing this parameter. Maybe we'll include a break tag so that every value is printed in a new line. Next, we'll echo a few more parameters, like we'll echo the type of the file that's getting uploaded, the size for the file, and then we'll also echo the temporary directory where the file is stored. So what is that we understand here? When the user selects a file and uploads, this super global variable will be populated with certain metadata for the file. That is, what is the name of the file, what is the type of the file, size of the file, and temporary directory where the file is getting uploaded. And these things for which file, how will you identify that? For this file. And this file is mapped to the input file that the user is uploading. Let's take a look at the output. Let's browse to some file and then let's upload a Word file, see whether we are getting the parameters out. So let me upload a Word file here. Create redirect for website, something like this. Let me upload this file. When I click on upload, okay, here is the output. What is the first thing? That is the file name. So when you look at the script, the first parameter we are printing is the name for the file. The name for the file I have uploaded is what is shown on the screen, create redirect for website.docx. And the second attribute is the file type. What is the file I have uploaded? It's a Word document. So that is what is the meaning here. Word processing document, Office document. You're able to see that. And the third parameter is size of the file in bytes. You're able to see the file size in bytes. And the fourth parameter is a temporary directory where the file is getting uploaded. See, whenever you're uploading a file to the server, first it will be held in a temporary directory. And from there on, after validations on the file, we'll be moving that file to a permanent directory of a choice. So using this super global variable, see, when I uploaded this file, this super global variable in PHP got updated with the metadata for the file for the file that we are uploading. So input file is the file name that we have given for the file we are uploading. And these are the parameters for that specific file. So I hope you are able to understand the use of $_files and its importance. We'll be now using these variables in our file upload script. Let's start writing the file upload script now. First, we'll define a target directory. The target directory is nothing but the folder wherein your final file will reside after all the validations. So I have created a folder here that is uploaded files on the server. It's under the htdocs IWP folder. So all my files will be pushed to this folder. If a user uploads a file, finally that file will be inside this folder after the validations. So this folder is what is being defined in target directory. So target directory is nothing but you're going to say push all the files to this folder. Next, we'll define our target file. What is this target file? It is nothing but the directory of the file, that is the target directory concatenated with the base name of the file. In a previous session, we are looking at file handling methods. We talked about this specific method base name, which will extract the name of the file from the path we are giving. So we are going to find the base name for the file. For this, we'll be accessing the super global variable, which has the file name attribute, right? So you're going to give the file, that is input file, and then the attribute we are going to access is name. So what will be the target file? It will be uploaded file slash whatever file we are uploading, the name for that file. So we're defining a target file. Next, we have to extract the extension of the file uploaded. So when a user uploads the file, we are defining this constraint that user can upload only a .doc, or you can upload a .docx, or you can upload a .pdf file. So these are the extensions we are going to allow the user to upload. So to know the type of file that this user is uploading, we have to get the extension type, which is defined as $extension. We'll give a variable extension type. How do you extract the extension from the file? For this, we have to use this method path info, and we have to pass the target file that we have defined. Another attribute that this method is going to take up is path info extension. So this is used for extracting the extension of the file. And we are going to convert the entire return result to lowercase. Str to lower is the method we are going to use. So we are extracting the extension and returning that in lowercase here. We are catching that in $extension type. So what is that we have done? Define the folder wherein we will upload our files. Define the target file, which is nothing but the folder name concatenated with the base name of the file. And we have extracted the extension type for the file that has been uploaded by the user. Now we need to check. What we need to check next is we need to check if the extension type matches a .doc, .docx or a .pdf. So how is that we are going to achieve this is we'll create an array called $extensions array. And this is an array holding all the valid extensions allowed. One is .docx, another one is doc, another extension we are allowing is pdf. So these are the extensions that are permitted. And we'll also have a variable. Whenever we get an error, we'll set this variable to 1 just to know whether our validations are fine or not. So we have defined an array holding the valid extensions for a file. And we have also extracted the extension type for the file that the user has uploaded. Now we have to check whether this extension type is part of this array. For this, what we'll do is we'll be performing a check like this. If in array is the method that will help us search for a specific extension type, that is $extension type, which we extracted from the input file, whether that is present in the array. What is the array? Name extensions. So in array is the method which will take this extension type, browse through this array and check whether this extension type is present in the array. So if it is not present, what we will say to the user is, we'll echo this message to the user. Only .docx, doc or pdf files allowed. Once when we detect an error, we will set our $error to 1. Are you all clear with this? What we have done here, we put all the valid extensions in an array. We have extracted the extension type from the file that the user has uploaded, and we are checking whether that extension type is present inside this array using inArray method. If it's not present, we display an error and we set the $error to be 1. The next check we are going to make is check if the file already exists on the server. Say if a user has already uploaded the file, you should not upload the same file. For this, we are going to use this method which I have learned in a previous session, exist. So file exists is the method, and what is the file? You are going to check whether the target file which we have defined already exists. If it exists, we have to send an error message to the user. If the file exists, what we have to do? We should send an error message, that is echo file already existing on the server. And whenever an error occurs, we'll set this variable to be 1. Finally, the next check we are going to do is file upload size check. File upload size check. So we are not allowing any files greater than 5 MB. Say this is my own check, greater than 5 MB. I am not allowing the file to be uploaded. So how will you check this is here? Again, we are going to use the super global variable, that is if $_files. We have seen this, right? This parameter, that is the size parameter, holds the size in bytes. If the size is greater than 5 MB, we have to give 5 MB in bytes, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is 5 MB in bytes. If it is greater than 5 MB, we'll echo the file size is greater than 5 MB, and then we'll set the flag to 1. So what all checks we have made? We are checking whether the extension is of a certain type, whether the file already exists, and if the file size is greater than 5 MB. If there are no errors, then what we'll check here is if $error was never set to 1. That is, if $error is always 0, then what we can do is we'll call this method move uploaded file. We are going to move this uploaded file from the temporary directory. How will you access the temporary directory? It's using the superglobal variable files. For this file, what is the temporary directory? It is in this attribute temp name. From here, we should move this file to our target directory. So what is the target directory we are going to give? That is $target file. After this, we can echo a message to the user saying file uploaded successfully on the server. That's it. We have finished our file upload script. There's one more thing that is missing here. That is, the entire activity happens only when the user submits it, right? So we should first check whether the user has submitted this submit button. So for this, we'll be using our usual function isSet. We'll be using this superglobal variable $_post and the name for the submit button. Only when the user has submitted, that's the check, we'll be uploading the file. Our file upload script is ready. Let's check whether our file really gets uploaded to the server now. Let's refresh the page. Let's browse. The first test case we'll check is what happens if the user uploads a file that is not .docx or .pdf or .doc. Let me upload an image here and click on upload. See, we are validating it. Only docx, doc or pdf files are allowed. Since we tried to upload a jpg file, it was throwing an error for us. Next, let us try and upload the same file 2 times. So let's upload a Word file, a valid file. Let me upload this file. So this file should be successfully uploaded to the server. File uploaded successfully on the server. So where is this file going to reach? So you're able to see that our file got uploaded in the uploaded files folder on the server. So file upload is working fine. What happens if I again try to upload the same file? File exists kicks in. It checks whether the file already exists and throws an error message to the user. So user cannot upload duplicate files. Let me again upload the same file. And then click on upload. Now you see the error message file already existing on the server is thrown to the user. You can also check for a file that is greater than 5 MB and you'll be getting an error message saying you can't upload that file. So I hope you're now clear with this file upload script. What all we have done, we are checking whether the user has submitted and we are defining the folder where we are uploading the file and the target file with the folder and the base name for the file. We are extracting the extension type for the file using the pathinfo method. We are passing the target file and the argument pathinfo_extension. We are getting the extension type for the file and we are comparing that extension type, whether that extension type is part of the valid extensions we have given in an array. For this, we are using this method inArray. So it's going to take the extension type that we have received and it will compare that with the extensions inside the array. If there is no match found, we are setting the error message and setting the error flag to 1. We are checking whether the file already exists. Again, if it exists, we are setting the error flag to 1. We are checking whether the file size is greater than 5 MB. If it is, set the error flag to 1. If there are no errors, we call this method move uploaded file, which moves the file from a temporary directory on the server to the target directory wherein we have defined. And after all things are successful, we echo this message, file uploaded successfully on the server. I hope you are able to follow the file upload script. And with that, we are coming to an end of this session. If you have any questions, you can leave your comments below. Thank you all for listening. I hope you have understood the concepts. Take care.